Welcome back to the studio. My name is Jaco. As per usual, behind the camera is Damia. This is a workshop. This is a jewelry workshop. If you find this kind of stuff interesting, then you're in the right place. We are making a short video to show how to do star settings once a week. Something comes through the workshop, we capture it and we share it with you guys. Let me show you exactly what it is that we've done, and perhaps if you've never done this before, you'll learn something from it. It's a decorative way to present a setting of a stone.
And also, if you've got like a smaller stone and you want it to have a bigger impact, you can do the star setting.
Well said. Let me show you what we've done. It's a rectangular silver pendant. Being rectangular, I find the middle lines and I also find a line from the bottom. We want to create a little cross there. The cross section is the beginning point. From there onwards, we're going to take a drill and go straight through. I'm using a drill and I'm also using the vise, turning the vise continuously this way and that way. That ensures that the hole goes straight through and I don't have the drill going in slightly sideways. So I'm correcting it by turning it the whole time. It's a good tip. And I'm going all the way through the pendant. In this case, I'm using a little amethyst and I want that light to come through from wherever I can possibly grab it. So what I've done now is I've taken a ball phrase and I'm sinking that hole that we've created with the drill. I'm dropping it down so that I can get the stone to fit into the hole. So I'm looking at the diameter of the stone and I want it to be absolutely snug in there. So it's important to find the same size ball phrase as what you've got for a stone. In this case, it was only 2 millimeters in size, but I want that stone's table to be flush. That's me. I know that you can have them slightly up and all the rest of it as well. In my books, I like to have them flush. Yeah. It's neater for me. Once I've got the diameter of the stone sorted, so I know I've got the right size, I'm dropping it down a little further. In this case, I'm going to be using a little lens phrase or a diamond cut phrase, which is the one that's shaped like a little diamond, and I'm dropping that down as well. I'm neatening up that area. I'm not doing any cut work here. Once it's seated and it's where it's supposed to be, I remove the stone and now we're going to start with the decoration. We're going to start with the cut work. There's 8 cuts on this. 4 of those cuts are going to be non-functional. They're just going to be there for decoration. And the 4 coming in from the corners, 45 degrees, are going to be the ones actually holding the stone down. We can also get some symmetry by using the divider and going towards the 4 quarters where we want to be. Now the bottom part of the star, in this particular case, I'm going to extend because we got a little rectangle as a pendant and I want that space to be filled. I want it to flow down. So I'm going to take 3 times the amount that I'm doing towards the sides here, and I'm going to extend the bottom section so the bottom part of the star really sort of shines towards the stone itself. Planning is important. Symmetry, your eye will catch something if it's not straight. So by using the little divider, you know you've got exactly the same distance from each angle, and then the bottom, like I say, 3 times longer to sort of lead up to the stone. I've got this 90-degree angle. I'm coming in with a pencil and I'm sort of marking the 45-degree angles in between those points as well. It's the second part of the cut work. We're first going to cut the first big ones, the first 4 cuts. The side spaces, the 45-degree ones, are the ones where we're going to pull up the beads to hold the stone. So I'm using a V-shaped cutter, and I'm really slowly, I'm not going in for depth to start off with. I'm starting to carve these lines, and I'm carving them towards the hole. So what happens is, as you're going towards the hole, they start deepening up. I'm doing it equally on each one of those parts until I get to a point where I feel that they're deep enough. I'm trying to create a nice effect, and I'm also trying to make sure that I've got enough material between those cardinal points that I can cut the smaller ones in to raise the beads. So my hole's not perfectly round now because I've pushed a whole bunch of metal over it. I'm dropping my ball phrase back into the hole, the one that I used to fit the stone, clean it up so that when I bring the stone back into the hole, it will fit exactly as I wanted it to fit. So by cutting those 4 major big north and south and east and western lines, I've gone quite deep with them. Those are the decorative lines that I've cut. The ones that are in between at the 45-degree angle in between each one of those ones, I don't drop that down to the same depth as what I did the other ones. I want those other ones to almost dig in underneath the girdle of the stone, and I want these other ones to be towards the top of the girdle. So the depth that I did on the sides, the side bits, aren't going to be the prominent visual effect that you're going to get. They're going to be the little star, secondary star lines that you see. I don't drop them down as deep, which means that if I drop the stone in now, I can start going back into that groove, but press up just enough metal to push it to the point and do a little bead setting on top of the stones. I use the same angle, the angle of the graver, to cut down in one area. What I'm doing now, where the angle was like this on the graver, I'm using another graver with a sharper angle. And as I'm moving down, right towards the end, before I get to the edge where the stone meets the metal, I dig in a bit deeper and I lift the graver up. The metal starts pushing against the stone's girdle as well. It starts pushing against it. And then what you're doing with that little part that you've pushed up, you're taking a little beading tool. Those are little beading tools, and you can, with silver it was very soft, so I just used it in my hand and I pressed down onto the stone to secure it. So I've got a little bit of pressure from the stone on the side of the girdle, and then with this little twirl that I've pushed up, I just bring that down and then complete the setting. So you've got 4 small beads coming from the 45-degree angles, and the other sides that you're looking at are all decorative, which means we can go really deep on them. We can get a really impressive finish on them.
Which also means more light, doesn't it, from the sides?
Yeah. I started off as a Goldsmith, and then the setting becomes something else, like a secondary type of thing that one does. There are some amazing setters out there that take set work to art level by itself. Starting with set work like this and the tube settings we've done, and we've done some claw settings as well. These are simple type of settings that you can start with. Have your say and let us know what you thought about the setting method. Is this the type of thing that you would do? Is this the type of thing that you've done? Is there a different way that you're doing this? Is this something that you want to try? It'll be lovely to hear from you. You know the deal. If you've been around, we'll be back next week. We share what we do and you share back to us what you think about it. We're a community, we're busy growing. I think it's a good thing for the trade. And if you hit the bell icon and subscribe and thumbs up and those kind of things, it all helps us all grow. Thanks a lot again for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.